personally, how did it change your work with clients?
It immediately changed the way I connected with clients. And I've been blessed because my clients have, always known that I'm sort of curious about new ways of doing things. And so, if I come in on a Monday and say, oh, I have this new, thing that I'd like to explore, they're all like, okay, here we go. So, my population of clients at that time were very willing to dive in with me. And what I found immediately was, as soon as you started talking to clients about the three basic states of their nervous system, they had these moments of going, oh, now it makes so much sense. And so when
Right.
you start getting that feedback that clients are going, oh, now I get, oh, and those sort of responses, then it's like, oh, now I know I'm on the right track. So, in the very beginning, I just started by saying, let's, talk a bit about these very basic, nervous system in these three states. And
Yeah.
so you get to know them, and they really grabbed hold of that immediately. And then that piece around understanding that each state brings a very different way of seeing who you are and who you are in the world was the next sort of foundational piece. Because once we began to understand that, and they could have an experience of seeing that when they're in that anxious, sympathetically driven state, the story is one of people are dangerous, the world is dangerous, and I have to protect. Then we knew that in order to change the story or work with that piece of traumatic history, we had to have enough regulation in the system to do that. Otherwise, we're just stuck in that story,
Yeah,
right?
let's just flesh this out a little bit when it comes to state dependent. So, what the vagal system, the state that our nervous system is in, and the stories we're telling ourselves. Can you just give us a bit more depth to that?
Sure. Yeah. So, we all of us all the time have at least three stories that are available to us because we have these three basic states of our nervous system. And if we think about clients for a moment, clients come to you stuck in one of those stories. That's why
Right.
they're coming to therapy. So they're either stuck in a sympathetic story of danger and being at odds with the world, or a dorsal story where the world doesn't exist and they're floating, disappearing, unseen, invisible. And what we need to do is we need to bring enough of that other state, the ventral state, which is the state of safety and connection. We need to bring enough of that energy alive so that they can be grounded in a story that says there's hope and there's possibility, or there are at least options. And from that place, we can then look at the experiences of sympathetic and dorsal and begin to, come to them and be with them rather than be hijacked by them. So it's although polyvagal is a complex theory in some ways, it's also a very simple theory in other ways, because ventral vagal is the active ingredient in any of this work we're doing. And so we just need to have enough ventral on board to support being able to create a different relationship with whatever trauma stories are held in sympathetic or dorsal. So,
Right. Yeah. So
yeah.
this very this bottom up understanding. It's really interesting because so dorsal. I've always just thought the feigning death, fainting kind of response. But when you say things like becoming invisible,
Yes. Yes.
that's a very interesting
Yeah.
mental position and story that
Yes.
we
Yes.
have.
Yeah.
That is driven by this nervous system. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to the Science of Psychotherapy. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell so that we can reach more people and bring you more Science of Psychotherapy. And if you're a mental health professional, check us out at thescienceofpsychotherapy.com.